not going to hurt, but here they come. This is Redline Airshows. Two-man close formation aerobatic performance team that we all affectionately know as Redline Airshows. Ken Rieder is the #1 chef, he's the dad. Flying #2 is his son, Austin Rieder. Together they make up Redline Airshows, flying the beautiful fans RV-8 aircraft. A two-seat tandem aircraft, you see them climb high into the Texas sky. They're extremely versatile and the most popular amateur aircraft ever. Amateur built, these are kid airplanes that Ken has built. This aircraft capable of speeds up to 230 miles an hour. It can land short and slow at 55 miles an hour, enabling them to access almost any airport. Now watch the unique formation skills you see here in front of you today. Much like what is taught here at Randolph each and every day to our military aviators. These flights will fly in opposing directions and now the technically challenging rejoin right in front of you here this morning. The aircraft has a 4-hour endurance before needing fuel, giving them a 700 nautical mile range. Watch here as they now back in formation come from your left to your right. They're flying the lead aircraft, Ken Rieder, born and currently lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. He's been flying for 38 years with more than 15,000 flying hours. He's currently an airline pilot. He's a multi-engine flight instructor with both land and sea planes, and he's also an aerobatic instructor. He's an avid aircraft builder, having completed 5 different of these Vans RV-8 custom aircraft. He owns a property management company and operates a construction business in the greater Cincinnati area, and at a very young age, he was inspired to pursue aviation by the United States Navy Blue Angels when he saw them at an air show much like this one, at the time flying F-4 Phantoms. Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, here comes Redline Airshows.
Stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now.
Now watch that unique maneuver, ladies and gentlemen. They went from side by side with a 90-degree turn. They're now flying in trail. Watch as they continue to move off to your left. Flying the wingman is Austin Rieder. He's Ken's son. He's been flying for about 15 years. He works full-time as a production manager for KCR Construction. Austin and Ken have built the aircraft you see Austin flying in. And in fact, when they're not in practice, as Austin was learning to fly, the RV-8 and one very similar to it is the very aircraft he's been learning to fly. But now they are both expert formation flyers. Watch here as they continue to roll opposite formation. One upside down, one right side up. As they climb to the sky, watch as they let the airspeed bleed. They stand on the left rudder. Sequential left hammerheads. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for Redline Airshows? Now watch as they continue to roll and turn these aircraft, continually in motion, demonstrating amazing formation and in-trail flying skills here by Ken and Austin Rieder of Redline Airshows. Now they couldn't get down the road without the help of some amazing sponsors. Those include the Hartzell Propeller and Hartzell Engine Technologies. They use the advanced structural composite propeller, providing superior performance and efficiency. JD Aircraft Engine Service supplies their engines. Champion Aerospace for magnetos, spark plugs, oil filters, and engine accessories. Watch here as they come from your right to your left, one right side up and one upside down. The aircraft is trying to throw them right out of that cockpit, but one of their sponsors, Hooker Harness, provides the harness that holds them right in place. They're also grateful to partner with EarthX Batteries, Avstar Fuel Systems, Wheeland Engineering for lighting, Flightline Interior Softy Parachutes, and Oregon Aero aircraft seats. Now, ladies and gentlemen, right on cue with the music, they've changed their formation. They turned the smoke on. They're diving back in from the left. Watch here what Ken and Austin do as part of Redline Airshows. We can't hear you. Sing along with the music. Well, watch here as Ken and Austin turn around high and to the right. The energy turns up in the performance. You can follow them at Redline Airshows on Instagram and Facebook, and also find them at redlineairshows.com. Oh, Rich Hiddle heading, look at that cross maneuver. Woo. Only Redline Airshows does it like this, ladies and gentlemen, with precision, performance, and they make it look so graceful and beautiful. Watch as they come back now, head on, opposite direction. This is father-son, nose to nose.
ocean if you stumble. Go west to the
Come on, Randolph, how about that? That is awesome. Upside down, head on fast, and then immediately pull to the vertical. Now I want you to watch this rejoin. You see the aircraft on the left, roll right side out. The one on the right completes the move and rolls right in on position. Very challenging technical skill to accomplish. Watch that. Come on, how about a huge round of applause right there? Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is way harder than it looks, and they execute it to perfection. My goodness. Ken and Austin Rieder is only Redline Airshows doing. Now the Vans family of aircraft that Ken and Austin fly, like we said, they're home-built kits. The Vans aircraft line, a series of aircraft, are the most popular home-built aircraft in the country. We talked about Ken building both of these aircraft. Watch now as he fly these highly modified Vans RV-8 aircraft from over your shoulder out front. Now watch as they pull to the vertical. They're going to roll out the directions. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Redline Airshows tribute to you, to each and every veteran in the audience today, to our active duty service members and all of their families who sacrifice alongside of them. Ladies and gentlemen, Redline Airshows tribute to you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't got that distinct memory and a picture of the Redline Airshow aircraft, they're going to give you one more opportunity. They're talking to our amazing air boss here on the stand. Said, hey, we got enough gas. How about one more pass? And graciously, Wayne and James have agreed to let them do that. So watch, keep your eyes on them as they circle around behind you. But they're going to come back by. You're going to want to get your cameras out. Capture this memory right here. This is Redline Airshows and their tribute photo pass to you. Ladies and gentlemen, coming over your right shoulder, Ken and Austin Rieder, Redline Airshows. Some moms from our Tora Pyro team out there in the field. Who knew the Vans RV-8 could blew up our airfield, but they did it somehow here today. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for Redline Airshows. How about a huge round of applause for these two fine gentlemen? Wow. What a performance there today. Now they're going to circle back and land, and I believe that they're going to do their best if they can to taxi down and taxi in front of you. When they come by, do me a favor. Please stand up and wave, throw your hat at them, wave at them, shake your umbrella, whatever you need to do. But let them know how much we greatly appreciate. All of our performers are going to try to do that today, to come by and see you and taxi in front of you. So thank them as they come by. It really does mean a lot to them to see you as they come by, and let them know how much you appreciate them being here. Well, we are going to transition to our next performer here in just a minute. Now, we're still waiting for them to transition. We're waiting for Austin and Ken to land here in just a second, but you're in for a real treat, and that is going to be something special. So if you're back grabbing a drink or a hot dog or a hamburger or one of the other fine, amazing culinary delights that we have for you here at the Great Texas Air Show 2026, you're going to want to make your way to where you can see here in just a minute. We're about to turn up the energy. We're about to turn up the noise. As we let freedom roar, it's going to roar really loud here in just a little bit as we continue to honor 250 years of American freedom here at JVSA Randolph and our Great Texas Air Show 2026. Now, folks, don't forget, we do have tons of concessions, that the best of the best, all the food from not only around Texas, but the entire Western region has been brought in for you here today to provide you amazing culinary and confectionery delights all day long. Don't forget, you can also get those one-of-a-kind aviation-related and other souvenirs. Stop by our awesome vendors and get something fabulous to help commemorate this great day. Do me a favor, tell them Rob sent you when you get there, and let them know how much we appreciate them being here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to recognize all of our Gold Star families who are in attendance today. We thank you for remaining part of our military community, and we honor the service of your loved ones. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you can see Show Center, Ken and Austin are pulling up here on the taxiway. I want you to watch. They have a special tribute for all of the fans here as they give you a little bit of a thank you for the tribute right there. Give them a big wave, ladies and gentlemen. Folks, don't forget to wave and let Ken and Austin know how much we appreciate them and what a great performance. They are absolutely phenomenal performers and did a great job for us here today. Don't forget, if you have trash or things you need to get rid of in your hand, if it's on the ground, you're on the Airshow team. We need your help. Pick it up. Don't let it blow out and injure our performers or our aircraft. That's foreign object damage. We need your help. You're on the Airshow team. You're here with us. Thank you for being part of that. Now, if you have some